So we've joined back in with our adventurers when all shit has hit the fan. We had, things going off down at the weaving contest. We had Dante climbing up on top of a barn to have a look at this guy's kind of new futuristic race cars. We've had potential fiends appearing and disappearing. We've got a guard or guard captain who's interested in potentially acquiring us to help solve what was going on and why these people were possessed. What is going on? We don't know. Let's find out. It's here.
Fair enough. We join with the players as they are making their way up through the city of Cadfesti after things seem to have calmed down a little bit. As you're making your way through the streets, you can still hear people talking about it for sure. You're also noticing some of the wilder rumors beginning as people begin to theorize on why those two random old people attacked the nobles and all the different goings on. But I believe we were heading up to sign up the chaotic embers.
Yeah, because it was like middle of the day still, wasn't it? It was.
Well, I mean, it's like midday, and obviously the weaving contest postponed, and or like the announcements of which postponed. Eleni won her nice new duster.
By the way, Liam, did I add that?
I don't know if you added
I don't think I added it, and I didn't know if you were going to make me. Leave it for now, and then if I need to make an actual.
I want to see if there is a base one.
Don't do it now.
No,
but yeah, it's a very cool quote.
Yeah, so it's actually, if you want to add it, it's the cloak of many fashions, but it is just flavored as a leather duster.
Cool, thank you.
When you say duster,
like floor length.
Google it.
Yeah, look up
It's what Dresden wears.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Those obscure references that she likes to make. Dresden is cool, but like it's so obscure.
Terminator.
Yeah, no, I've got it. Yeah, I like those jackets. I used to have a couple of those.
But you are making your way up through the city towards the admin buildings where you need to go and sign up. Dante has the signed contract and stamps from the Glass family. And you're making your way. As you are heading up, which way are you likely to head? Are you going to go up through the Mythic Ward or take the stairs up through the Chantry?
When in doubt, go left.
Volu hates
Dante's. I
Dante's
don't think Volu likes the stairs.
They're nice at the top, but yeah, Volu's not the biggest stair guy.
Let's do the windy way then.
Okay, so you make your way up through the Mythic Ward. As you're moving through, can you make me a perception, everybody?
Perception.
Rubbish. A 9.
Yep.
14.
13.
We're all paying a lot of attention.
Yeah, I mean, like you.
Hey, I've rolled a 15. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're moving through.
Mine's my passive, so.
You're moving through the area. You do notice a little bit of commotion, but it's a few streets away in one of the backyards of like an actual resident, and you can't quite make out what is being said or shouted before it dies down again, and you pass on by.
Is there any noise or anything from in the direction from the place where I came? I was scouting out because that was in the Mythic.
No, that's so you guys are currently, if you imagine, moving your way up this way past up the main road up. So you're gonna go past the Home Tree Inn and enter the Chantry through the central rise, whereas the place you were in is in that far western.
Eastern, because the map.
No, it's western because I was clicking.
Oh.
I was clicking the east. Yeah.
I promise I'll put a compass thing on
yeah,
it.
don't
I
stress.
need to do that.
I should just figure it out. By
No,
now.
I knew that. Instead,
It will
east.
get there eventually.
I was like, oh no, it's definitely it flipped round, so it has to be east.
Yeah.
That's me just not knowing left and right.
Yeah. You eventually arrive to towards the stairs leading up to the bastion. And as you're making your way up, you can see that there are a number of not like full guard squads, so it's more like 2s and 3s rather than like a whole 5 or 6. But there are like got more guards sort of dispersing from the bastion. And you would sort of pick up, they're just sort of being, like a head down and check through all the wards, but make sure the security is tightened. They're sort of prepping as they're sort of, like they've clearly heard the alert, but they're not moving like obviously it's still going. This is generally now they're upping security. But you would be able to make your way up onto the bastion shelf, through the main gates and to the admin building where you need to sign up the vehicle. Unless you guys wish to, we don't particularly have to play it out. It is very much if you've got your papers, if you've got your name and who's going to enter. They ask about riders. So are you going to have all 4? Like obviously because 3 of you turn up, so you would have to write each's name.
Yeah.
Is there any more names on the sign-up sheet?
So you do notice that the firebolts have been added as an additional name, but you also notice that a good number have dropped off, have been removed as well. And as you're looking it over, I mean, are you giving it a good look or are you just glancing?
I'd
I'd have a
probably give
look.
it
Yeah.
a good look.
Okay, so you can see that basically on this main sheet, it's purely like name of the team, name of the sponsor, but you also can see that the type of vehicle is sort of on the side, but it doesn't list like who's riding, if that makes sense. So you guys have had to fill that out and give that to the official people, but when they've put your name up for like the what is it? It's the roster. They just give name of the team, sponsor, type of vehicle. So you would see there are 9 names on there, with yours will be the 10th.
Have his Moon Shadow and his 2 cars?
So again, you can't see the names of the drivers, but I'll give you the names and you can write them down and try and figure out who is who. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out once you take a quick glance. Dante's pretty clever. So you see that there's the slate crawlers. They are sponsored by the Black Sand tribe, and they are driving a Cinder. And it doesn't give full, but you could assume that means a Cinder smoke engine. But it's just in brackets Cinder. I'll just listed. The Wayfinders. They are sponsored by the Wayfinders. not the most imaginative. Give me a history, everyone except Volu. Sorry, Volu, you would never have come into contact with this.
Well, I rolled an 18,
Nope.
so 24.
16.
Okay, 16. I'm going to say, Volu, roll me a history anyway, and I'm actually just going to do a running one as we go through. Any names that you might recognize, I'll run off these rolls. So, both Eleni and Dante, you definitely recognize. They are like the smallest known faction. You, Eleni, don't know a great deal about the politics in Tuil, but the 3 names that are everywhere are the Lyrics and Arcanum, the Verdant Circle, and the Wayfinders.
Okay.
The Wayfinders are like made up of nomads and rangers and druids that sort of believe that like both sides are just vying to like progress and lay over Astera rather than truly getting back to what they are supposed to do here. They're not
got
very
16.
big. Okay.
You may want to cut out what I'm about to say, but effectively they're Lib Dems.
You might see
Green
you might
Other
Party.
political parties are
you
available.
might see comparisons in Tuil's governmental system between theirs and the British one. Just a few. This campaign has not been fueled by political rage. Anyway, next is Dragon's Fire. They are sponsored by Boomhammer. Now, Chris, even with your 24, you do not know who the Boomhammer or who Boomhammer is. Lenny, with your 16, they are a company that deal in cannons. You knew of their up and comingness. They were talked about a lot just before you left. And it was big in the talk of like lots of people were trying to talk about how they get them. It was very much that the Yixen had this monopoly over it, and you know that the Boomhammer are basically the main Yixen provider of cannons.
Are all of these Cinder, by the way?
Yes, sorry. So the last, but yeah, both of these were Cinder. To be honest, all of them except yours are Cinder. You would notice that. I'll just put that out there.
We already knew that, to be fair, so.
I was just checking in case there was a surprise.
I was like, oh, is there going to be a surprise? But now I can stop writing Cinder because I know they're on there.
There's one, but I'll tell you the one difference. And it is a Cinder, but it has like an additional addendum.
Okay.
But there's Tridents. They are sponsored by House Brightfair. Hey, Lenny, never heard of them. Don't really know who they are. Dante, super fucking weird. They're a fishing and packing company. Like way over in the. So if I move you onto the Vercel map, way over in the east of Vercel, in Shineport. And I mean, like, they're the city's fishing and packing, and they pretty much distribute their wares up through and around the desert. Since the gaining of magic, they use a lot of magic to allow them to transport the goods across the desert with ease, so that it's actually effective for them. But yeah, like they have put together a team and sponsored a team at the very least.
This would be just like a small.
I know. If you imagine like Shineport is a city in its own right,
Yeah.
Their major fish and packing company,
Okay.
and it is like they have multiple warehouses, and this was back when
Okay,
you
so
encountered
it's
them.
still big. It's not like
They're a big company. They're not like a shop on the side of the road, but it's still odd. Every other one like really makes sense why they're here. Other than like breaking into the food industry on the side of Vercel, which they're not. As in they're not currently. They don't provide food to this side of the continent. But we then next they are on a Cinder. Sandstorm. This one straight away. So it is the team Sandstorm.
Sponsored by Darude.
They are sponsored by Greywind Aether.
oh, I love that so much.
And theirs is Cinder V2.
Ooh.
And this is sponsored by the
Greywind Aether.
Aether.
They are the company that you have target. The next one is the Desert Hopper, also sponsored by Greywind Aether, but this is a Cinder, not V2.
Mm-hmm.
And you would notice that is like it's a very distinct difference on the board of like Cinder, that difference. The next one is the Azure Flyer. They are sponsored by the Azure Spire Academy. There is two
Wait.
hills. Sorry, go on.
So that was sponsored by the Aspire Academy.
So they are the
Spire.
Azure Flyer, and they are sponsored by the Azure Spire Academy, and that is the big glass magic school in the far corner of Cadfesti, which Dante you would very quickly put together. That's probably who, because you were on their grounds in their warehouses.
That's Junior, isn't it?
That's probably what Moonshadow Junior is riding. The next one is Two Hills Dawn. They are sponsored by the Lyrics and Arcanum. And then finally, the Firebolts. No sponsor. Interestingly, for those that got the high rolls, no Verdant Circle or the Verdant Circle ones that were on here have been removed.
And the Verdant Circle are coming into power.
They're the ones coming into power.
Hmm.
Okay, I've got the BS tribe, the Wayfinder.
Yes, try.
Yes. Black
Honestly,
Sun.
when I was making some of these notes, it was just like BS, AS. Like,
And then finally, the independent party of Firebolt.
Yeah, and finally, as you're sort of looking at these and maybe taking a look at, they begin adding in the Chaotic Embers, sponsored by House Glass, with a cloud.
They're called cloud
I'm glad the
coaches,
goblins
aren't
got
they?
someone to drive
Well,
them.
it's a cloud engine because you technically won't have a coach. The coach is the finished taxi. That's the name of the vehicle. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual
So cloud engine in a cloud coach.
Yeah, and you would be basically they've stripped it down to its chassis and given it the full cloud engine, and then obviously beefed up with the improvements that you've asked for.
Kind of like, say, a Ford Focus to a Ford Mustang.
Yeah, but you are also fully able to name it if you wish. But obviously, for now, the team is the name that the people care about. But it will be the only one of its kind as a vehicle.
Zeb Itch.
Zeb Itch.
Hey, it's elemental. It just means go fast.
I don't know if she's convinced.
57 minutes and a half.
But yes, you would then, as you are finishing up there, you would notice not like commotion, but a commotion in the sense of there's 4 or 5 carriages coming in through the main gate and moving through, and large carriages at that. And as you see these 4 very large carriages pass you, you would see a insignia that you haven't really seen before. It looks like almost like tribally swirling winds, but you would see the name imprinted in like a green embossed with gold on the side of each of these carts, Greywind Aether. As you would see, and Dante, you would definitely, you've seen the carriages like this, like the ones that like you saw the gnomes have, which sort of unfold in certain ways to allow to access space or to take bigger or larger, large things in and out. And you would guess that is your team turning up.
My team.
As in the team that you guys are, the Greywind Aether, that you are. That's probably the racing team arriving. You. Sorry, go on. You were going to say something?
I'm going to be asking a question at the point before we leave here.
Okay. I would say as it passes, you would see, different riders, and you would also see a few people that are just on the final cart. That's like, it seems to be the living space for some of the people. It's like a very large cart, but it's still been like bunked out. And they do pass by you and head straight towards the Mythic Ward. I would say that just because of the, where you sort of are in the city, you would sort of see the procession of them for a little while, and it looks to be like they're heading towards the Azure Spire Academy. You would know that you're all signed up now. You don't need, unless you want to do anything else or sign up for anything else. You are free to leave and go
So-
about your day.
Is this where we signed up? Because it's in the Bastion and all that jazz.
Mhm.
Are we near wherever like their head or city hall or whatever is? Is that
Yeah. That is one of the larger buildings up here. It's more of like the fortification is sort of a bit of the both. Obviously, the more inner parts are used for.
So, because I just want to go pass my message, pass my little letter to see if I can find Shadow Moon Shadow Junior, Senior.
Okay, so you head in and you sort of head up to the main desk. You can see there's like doors off to the left and right. And there's two humans. Both of them sort of look up and smile. There is a fairly tall man, although they're sitting down, but you can tell that they're tall by still the height that they reach. Brown, sandy hair, and they smile and say, "Oh, here, how can I help?"
I have been told. Well, I have a letter here for Moon Shadow. Alec? Is it?
Ayla.
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 Ayla Moonshadow. I saw him at the event that transpired down in the market. It's about his son. He will want to know.
Oh well, yes, you could leave it here. I'm sure he does occasionally come by here. Also, you could just 2 streets over. There is the postal service. You could have it delivered to
It-
their
it is-
home or
it
to
is
their
very-
main office.
It is very urgent that he would receive it immediately. How is the fastest way to get to it?
I would say the fastest would be to do it by post or by delivery person. He might come here tomorrow, but with the festival, he might be out all day. At least if you have a runner, they can run it to his main office or to his house even.
I will do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry, go on, Volu.
as Dante is finishing up there, I'll turn to Eleni and go, are we near the battered brew?
The battered brew is in this district.
We needed to. I still want to pay the guard for everything that he did on our way here.
We can go and find it if you like.
That we've got some time now. Is it okay to check in?
I don't think we have any particular plans, do we?
Not right now. I've happened to find our biggest competition's planning and garage, as it were.
That's interesting.
Maybe says we should have a look at it at some point, maybe later tonight.
When it's
Okay.
darker.
Yes, I agree.
As you scheme and plan, you begin heading over towards the battered brew. So the battered brew itself. So the battered brew building stands proudly in the midst of the sort of bustling areas of the entrance. So you can see it's here on the right hand side for those that can see the map. It's a 3-story structure built from the same grey stone that the entirety of the city is made from, and is dwarfed by the imposing fortifications and walls that surround it. But it maintains a sturdy, welcoming presence. As you get closer, you can see the sign is a tankard with a chipped sword resting against it. And you can hear the sounds of live music and laughter, and the atmosphere seems nice inside. As you get up to it, you push open the door and you can smell the roasted meats. It's surprisingly spacious inside. They've sort of cleared away a lot of the unnecessary decor, and it's lots of seats and areas for people to gather and talk. A large fireplace on the far wall crackles, and you can see that along the wall behind the bar, there's broken, chipped, and battered weapons and shields and different pieces of armor that are like hung on the wall in memorial or celebration. You're not sure, but it and you can see that there is a Goliath standing behind the bar, and they sort of got like newcomers, come on in, and the Anya, see what our newcomers might need. You can see on the far side that there is a it is a Kenku bard currently playing a lute, and you can hear the sort of singing, and they are it almost sounds like there's multiple people singing as they do different parts. And for those of you that have been around Kenku, you know that they use mimicry in order to create sound. And you sort of see a sign on the side that it just reads Jaxie, and there's sort of like a little hat for people to give rewards and gifts or tips or whatever. And they are singing away there. Would you go straight out to the bar? What are you looking for the person immediately?
What does she sound like?
Yeah, is she any good?
Let's see.
She's singing in a language that any of us know.
So right now they are in common and a bit of there's some dwarf song in there, and they are doing pretty good. They, as you're sort of entering though, they're finishing up one of their songs that seems to be in Dwarvish, and then they open their mouth and their voices. I will now perform one of my songs in my native tongue, and there's like a no from the Goliath at the bar. He says, "You look after the last one, look you," and like, okay, very well. And they start up another song in Gnomish. Still the same nice voice that echoes out along the bar. You would see that there's a few of the regulars in there that sort of like either barman with like a geez, thanks. But
I
a
bet
few
the
other
dwarves love it though.
but yeah, a few other confused looks around the room of just like, well, I mean, we've not this seemed pretty good so far. Like,
I'm just thinking this is an in joke and Paul has no idea
No,
what.
I know. I thought that as well.
for
Sorry,
our audio
Paul.
listeners, Jaxie was a Dragonborn bard that Emma played, and in a home game, and they very famously
She was
were not.
fantastic.
It was
She was
amazing, except for when she
amazing.
was singing in Dragonborn. And then only the dwarves could bear to listen to the sounds of the high mountain Dragonborn.
She regularly
But
get persuaded nicely why there's good reasons why she should save her voice
Just save
from
her voice, not strain it too much.
exactly.
Yeah.
Save for an
Um,
appropriate occasion.
are you just going up to the bar, or what? How would you like to? So how would you like to approach this? Are we just going straight in, going to the bar? How are you planning to find good old Garfunkel?
So I do like a survey of the room, seeing if I remember his face, but I don't think I got to see too much because he was wearing loads of armor.
So you give me a perception. Anyone are we assisting, or are we doing our own look around?
I'll do
No.
perception as well.
Dante, you did get a good look at him because he was trying to take the wyvern from you.
20.
I did. I just don't care.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Well, it wasn't that one. It turned into 11.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it, like just having a quick glance, I got a 7.
Yeah, no, it says he's actually weirdly uncomfortable for you in here because as you do glance around, Dante, pretty much every single person in here is a guard or a soldier. And while it's not that you particularly dislike that, if you're recognized for previous deeds and such, so you're probably keeping like a low head and trying not to be as outstanding as you usually are. Volu,
I am pretty outstanding.
Volu, you look around, it's hard to tell. They're wearing lots of armor, it could be. Eleni, you don't see them, but actually you hear somebody just said, like, you catch the word, like, a wyvern swooped, and then the sort of voice dies down under the thing. And you catch in the back corner, there is a fairly drunk human, mid armor, so sort of like they've got the shoulder pauldron on, but they're like half off on the other side, and they've got the breastplate still, but they've taken the greaves off, and they're just in their underpants, not underpants, but under trousers.
Yes.
Just that
Yeah.
bit of armor, underpants. Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
No, what's it called? The undergarments.
After a few beers, that's
Yeah.
probable that he was just in his underpants.
Yeah, probably. And you can hear him talking about the swooping and the diving and all these things, and you would be able to locate him via the speech.
I would wander over. I don't know if Volu's asking at the bar, but if I heard that, I
Yeah,
would
so
probably wander over to them.
Yeah, so from mine, I would go over to the bar, and then as I'm passing, I would chuck a silver piece into the hat for the singer.
They thank you. And they continue on singing.
Out of curiosity, when we hear the Kenku talk, like is it
So the thank you is
same
not
voice?
the thank you is not the same voice that is singing.
Yeah.
And even when they're announcing their next performance, it flips between, but the singing is always the same voice.
Okay.
I feel like
So, yeah.
Kenku have like a really unfair advantage when it comes to that.
I'll go and give them a nod
do.
and back, and then as they carry on singing, I'll head over to. It was a Goliath, wasn't it, at the bar?
It was a Goliath who's
Yeah.
currently sort of serving up some drinks.
So I'll kind of like puff my chest a little bit and go.
Oh,
Have you had a Garfunkel frequent your facilities?
like, well, I mean, I don't know all the guys by names. I mean, yeah, lads, is there Garfunkel in? It's like,
No, but there's a Simon.
and literally like Eleni, as you're looking at the table where the guy sort of stops mid telling his story and stands there like, I'm a Garfunkel.
Uncle of who?
An uncle of Garth. No, if you're looking for an uncle of Garth, that's not me.
I'll be like,
Bring us a shrubbery.
and then I'd
That's
look.
got in my head, but that just came in whilst we were looking at it.
And he's sort of swaying there, and he does not recognize you at all.
So I would ask for 2 beers.
They coming right up, and they will pour you the beers, and Garfunkel will sort of stumble over and say like, "Sorry, do I know you, little one?"
Yes. I have this for you. Do you remember the wyvern?
The wyvern, yeah. See, told you guys. Wait, and he sort of points over your shoulder to Dante, like, he rolled the fucker straight into the ground, but he rolled the fucker. And there's a few like, yeah, it's all right, Garth. You've been talking about it non-stop, and You get the impression a good few people are not believing the tale that has been spun. He's like, well, have you got like a piece of it still that I can show to the guys?
No, because but I did give you this. I got this for it, and then I'll give him what did I give him?
I think it was about
Wasn't
10
wasn't a
gold.
huge amount.
Yeah,
was
it was like 10 gold, yeah.
Mhm.
And then I kind of a little pouch with 10 gold in it, going as promised.
Oh, sweet, amazing! Right, look, get us in a round. He would say to the Goliath, Borin, round for the table and a round for the little one here.
At that point, I'd be like, I'd have some of the roast, please.
Yeah, food. And they were he would sort of like sort of muscle, like, come tell these lot. They're saying that we didn't. They're not saying the wyvern ain't there. They're just saying we didn't take it down. But just go on, tell them. What are the other two doing?
Dante will just come over, very kind of, kind of thing. Reaches into his pocket and pulls out, because I've got wyvern. I remember parts, but I can't remember what I actually had. I know I remember I've written it down as like level
scales.
You took a scale and you took a tooth, I believe.
Yeah, have you not put,
Yeah,
put it on your character sheet?
Yeah, I've written what it is, which is a level 3 or level 5 monster.
You wrote the monster part rather.
Yeah.
Than
It was a. I've written. I don't. This is me trying to remember. It was
I thought you said
Yeah.
scales when we were talking about it the last time.
We took some scales as well.
Yeah, for sure. I remember we talked about not the whole hide because you didn't have time and you didn't want to kill it.
Yeah.
And you took you took some scales and you took the tooth and the claw.
Yeah.
But yes. So yeah, you'd be able to pull out what you're pulling out. You're pulling out the tooth, the claw.
Just whatever
scale.
it is. Like the claw, maybe the claw and the tooth.
Okay, as you pull them out. No, the one you pulled to sell was separate to what.
Right,
Dante pulled for himself because he's doing stuff with those things, or eventually. But yes, there is more of like a oh shit, yeah. I mean I've never seen one, but like definitely could be. Is there one of them's like they pull like a lance of closer over. And it's not like that it's too dark in here, but like where they're all crowded round. Eleni, what are you doing? Is they definitely just
I am staying further back and possibly leaning up against a door jamb or a wall. I'm watching. I'm not engaging.
Okay, maybe a perception, please. So yeah, so they're taking a look. Garfunkel's just like, see, told you. I mean, I don't, mate. I don't know how you survived. I thought you were gonna face plant the floor when you went up with that thing.
I am not the first one to ride wyverns.
No, but first to just randomly do it in the middle of a fight, I'm pretty sure.
That was a 22.
Okay, so keeping a good eye out there. Everyone seems happy and chilled out. There's nobody that seems to be specifically watching you. Although at one point, Eleni, you do catch something, and I will whisper it to you on Roll20.
I would say actually, Eleni is uncomfortable at that number of large men being slightly drunk and being rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's keeping herself separate.
Okay. I don't know if that whispered or if that
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
That wasn't a whisper.
No, it wasn't.
I did tell it to. Stupid thing, but either way.
You didn't see anything.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
I was actually going to mention something about that, but yeah.
I mean, he's still kind of if you were already, but like so. But I would say right now you are sort of pulled into this group, and they are like tucked into a corner. As this is as they sort of go in, they get some drinks. How long are you planning to stay? As you show the drinks start being passed to you.
I've got some food coming.
Yeah, you've got food on the way.
I don't drink, and I'm not going to be eating. So
Okay, no worries. And as this is going on, Volu, your food arrives, and you're like digging in, and as you get to like you good way through, some of the guys are like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go." And it's not like it's late in the day, but you can tell that some of these guys have like they start drinking from the moment they return from their uh, journeys out to the sticks or wherever they've been. And through this last maybe hour or so, you've heard a lot of different people sort of complaining about the different outposts that they've been stationed at, where it's basically just loads of people questioning them about the festival that they don't really know anything about because they're out there not at the city. And like the general there's a big vibe of there's a lot of these soldiers that have arrived back today or the day before from their posts that you saw quite a few of them when you were traveling here. There was a lot of like additional security in the villages that are known traveling ways. As they're sort of standing up to go, Volu, can you make me a charisma save, please?
Liam, could I insight the bar?
Yeah, yes, of course you can.
I was going to gently remind all of us that this is the person who we want to speak to if we want to go see Madam Oracle again. And there was, I think there was something more around that, but I can't actually remember.
So Volu, what did you get on your charisma save?
Nat 20.
Okay. Okay, with the nat 20. This one. Right, so I'm just gonna test one. Yeah, that definitely just whispered, right? That one whispered.
Yeah, that was, but we didn't see shit.
I saw that.
Okay.
How dare you write that?
You failed.
So they just stand up and start to slowly head out and move out of the place. Garfunkel's like, let's keep drinking. We out all night, best buds. Kill some more wyverns. And even as he's talking, though, he sort of started to slur. He's sort of like looking in his coin pouch. He's jingling away with the maybe about 8-7 gold now. By the time we've got this far,
Dante will go to speak to him and just be like, "Will you be watching the race at all?"
Oh no! Unfortunately, I'm on duty. I mean, I'll see the beginning and the end. I'm stationed around the setting off.
I was wondering if you would happen to see the fate, or what's it called? The parade. See the parade of all the different cars and.
Oh yeah, I mean, I might see the parade, but on the actual day of the race, I'm stationed.
Oh,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
I thought you'd be with one of the cars, being such a good guard.
Oh no! None of them get guards. They're all just their own personal companies and stuff, innit? Big fancy bigwigs. Some of them don't even have guards anyway. Lots of them do though. They're very secretive, hiding away in little corners of the city until the parade day. That's usually when the first time you'll see a vehicle out.
Surely you've come across one though, and that they've had to show their papers.
I'm just throwing out here. Paul and I are so on the wavelength. There's been no fucking messaging here.
You would see it, Volu, with your passive insight, a genuinely just sort of like, no, I've been stationed out at Foothill. I mean, we saw a few coming into the city, like at the bottom, but nothing that was like, start of the week stuff. I know he tries to think something flyer. No, that's this city's one. No, I can't remember. There was one that arrived from indoor side, came up through Foothill, but can't go. That was like a good week ago now. But
Was there any that you thought were cool?
I mean, I'm not really looked. Everyone's talking about that Grey Wind lot. Apparently, they're the big new thing. Don't know. You can see that there's very much a level of, because he's not stationed here, he's not had access, and because he's not going to get to see it, he's not taken a massive amount of interest.
He's not asked the other guards or anything.
No, and he'll see them on the parade. He's sort of like, I'll see him on the parade day. I'll go out there. But I mean, I might make a few. There'll be few bets on and stuff. So but that usually happens on parade day. When we see the contest and see what's there.
Did you hear that? Like young Grey, did you know that young Moonshadow is in like part with? He's got one of the Grey Wind things. I've heard.
No, I mean, I didn't hear he had a Grey Wind thing,
Oh.
but I'd heard he's entering into the.
He's apparently working with, I don't know, someone shady or someone. I don't know. It's just what the rumor mill's saying. Just
give me a persuasion to try and pass off that as a.
Me and Dante are gonna do a side series where we're just interrogators. The Afriti and the Halfling.
18, not the Afriti. 18.
He's like, yeah, maybe I try and keep out of all that stuff, really, but worth knowing. So again, as the conversation's continuing forwards, Volu, another charisma save, please.
Just oh fuck, what was the name of the? Because I know I wrote it down in the letter, but what was the name of the gnome that Moonshadow was like looking?
Oh, Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Yeah.
That one wasn't as good. That was a 3.
Oh, okay.
Just can I ask a question before whatever happens to the photo?
Yeah.
I'm also looking for apparently there was a name as well, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a gnome called Tabitha. Don't suppose you happen to know any? Doubt you would, but always got to.
No, don't know any Tabithas.
And I'll describe what I saw. Look.
Yeah, no, you can tell that they don't hang around the university or the.
Yep, I highly doubted it, but there's always got to just thought I'd give it a go.
So Volu, I'm gonna give you this because of even with the 3 that you've just rolled, that sort of prevailing nat 20. You can mark off 2 of your first level spells.
Again.
I was going to say that happened to him earlier, didn't it?
Yep. And if that runs you out of first level, if you don't have enough, because I know you lost 2 earlier, it will spend.
And I cast 1, so yeah.
So hang on, earlier on though, that wasn't here. That was down.
It's still this day. It's still this day.
No, I know it was. I'm just thinking though that.
But yes, it hasn't happened for a few hours. It's been. You would have lost them earlier.
Yes, I've done 5 casts today with that. So I've had it hit me twice.
Yeah.
And I've cast once.
How many first level spells do you have?
I've got 4, so he's just said I have to count a second level.
Yeah. It just uses the next level up.
Oh right, okay.
I to be honest, I mean, Eleni would be starting to get bored. She's not drinking and carousing, whatever we want to call it. She would just be like, "Are we staying here all day? Where are we going next, guys?"
Yeah, I'd look at Dante and see that we're not like I'm still like a bit freaked about what's going on within me, but also seeing that we're not getting anything out of this guy. I'd be like, right then.
Dante go. I feel like if I do say this, it's now meta, even though it's kind of what I had an idea for it beforehand.
What do you think, bro?
I just wanted to go up to the Kanku, just give her a nod and drop a silver, and just almost like kind of a knowing look at her kind of thing, and then just walk out kind of thing.
Yeah, they'll bow. And again, so you would notice that they
I probably wouldn't.
no, you will on this one. The voice that comes out of them when they say thank you quietly in the bow is Goro's.
Yeah, okay. I will just nod and just leave.
Okay, you get outside into the fresh air of the bastion, and the air up in this area compared to a lot of the lower, the forge and stuff that's quite acrid and smoky. It is very clean. You can feel the breeze coming in off the desert. Where would you like? It is so. It's probably it's about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Sun's still quite high in the sky, and you can sort of see as you look down over. You can see the festival still in full swing.
I mean, do we need to do anything else to the car? Do we need to get anything else for it? Like, what's the
car's being built, and Dante will be going for some practice drives at some point.
We've got 2 days yet, haven't we?
We haven't told him. No, we did tell him about the jump, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So
so we still need maybe some kind of alchemist fire or something weapon.
Yeah, we needed to get some more stuff. We were looking for arrows as well.
I had 0 luck in the market. I'm wondering if the forge might be emptier than, if the festival's on and people are down in the crucible, we might have more luck there.
I think I would like to look around the chantry for potentially something to help against being charmed.
Okay.
I think, say, if I am the main driver, I'll probably be aimed at for various spells. Plus, and Dante will give a quick glance at Eleni. It might help with other situations.
Okay, let's do that first.
Okay, you can.
We don't necessarily have to play this one out that much. It's just, is there anything that will...
So we can do, if we want general, so like we did with the market, but sort of through the city, a general investigation to find what you are looking for. Obviously, I assume the specific weapons that you are trying to get.
I mean, I've still got these fucking barrels, I just realised.
Oh,
to be honest, I would have. Oh no, yeah, you would. Well, I mean, they're like still they're hefty, but yeah.
I know. I mean, they're not going to fit.
You don't have a bag of holding either.
Like...
They're probably on your backpack, either side, like like left and right of your. Because you were sneaking as well. So,
23, Liam. Finally did a good investigation.
I'm going to ask Bowley for guidance before I roll.
Sorry, I was I zoned out then. What happened?
And actually, that is legitimately what just happened as you tried to speak to Bowley.
Can you maybe guide me with...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, and then I'll kind of...
And as you go to do, guidance doesn't work.
Volu, are you okay?
If you don't wish to help, that is fine.
No, I do. I don't know. I just can't. Something feels strange. Usually, I have the feeling, and I can release whatever spell, but now it's just not coming.
Have you tried other spells?
Um,
Liam, stop
um,
it.
Yeah, I know. I was so good. It was so good, Liam.
It was so hard to do all of that because I
Like-
was thinking, I'm basically trying to say I'm having performance issues.
That was what I was stopping myself saying. I was going to say.
That's great.
literally
I was
gonna be
trying.
like, oh, you know.
I was
one in
I was
dying.
five
fine
men.
until you started
Like-
cracking up.
Well, I was literally be like, oh, you know, one in 5 men.
That was so hard to resist doing it, and then the last
Honestly,
bit just.
me and Paul are so on this level.
But yeah, so very sorry, Volu, continue.
Yeah, so Eleni just asked me if I tried casting anything else, right? That's
Yeah.
where we were.
Yeah.
I mean, I can try, and then I'll attend. What's in the surrounding area?
So currently you're out in the Bastion. It's lots of there's the large fortifications, there's buildings, there's the general stuff you find on streets. There's not much in the way of decorations, but there are at points very not highly decorative, but sort of memorials maybe left for fallen soldiers, or there's little keepsakes for good luck charms for their husbands that are out currently, and those sorts of things.
Is there like any wind chimes or anything about?
Yeah, there'll be a wind chime somewhere.
Yeah, so I'll try and gust towards a wind chime.
Is it gust of wind?
Yeah.
Gust of wind or gust?
Gust. Cantrip.
Okay, you wind.
I don't know what's going on.
Probably drank too much. Don't worry.
Maybe
I
it's could it be left over from the poisoning? I mean,
I thought we'd cleared most of that out,
so
but
did I.
I've been having those dreams and everything. I saw everything crumbling and
Is sorry.
That you actually jumped in as I'd stopped, so it's fine.
Perfect.
Is there? We are in the cities. I'm assuming the Chantry is the religious hub.
Yeah.
So we are in the religious area. Perhaps we can find a temple.
We're not too far. We're not too far from where me and Eleni visited the other day. We could check the Astera.
Yeah.
Temple of Astera.
Maybe let us check there. I'm sure along the way I can find something to help with charmed. By the way, I rolled a 17. So is that was it investigation?
And
23.
I had a 23.
Yeah. So
23 piece.
you guys will be able to find the relevant things you're after. You begin walking through. I'd say that so for Dante, there are a few options. You notice on your way to the temple that there is a small store selling potions. You know that there are potentially some potions to fortify. In terms of
So I also wanted like alchemist violin, which might be.
yeah, for sure would be in there.
Maybe some purple wyvern poison.
So yeah, you would know just from your arcane knowledge that something that like an item that constantly protects you would be probably relatively expensive.
Probably.
And not something that somebody would make just generally in a lot of cases. You would, however, be able to find a few protection potions that basically provide the advantage for an hour. They are 100 gold each.
Is there? Because I wasn't sure if there'd be something. Cause like I know. Cause how expensive is the thing of protection against divination?
That would be 4 or 5. Protection for, depending on where you go, obviously.
Yeah. So I did wonder if maybe an advantage on a save or something would be cheaper. I might be wrong.
Yeah, no, because you got to think. So, like, it's about the actual use. How often are you scried upon? I know for players that comes up more than the average person. You've got to think economy-wise. Things do. There are monsters. There are reasons. There are more reasons to get the charm one. I mean, it's probably similar, but it's more that they're not going to have it to hand ready to go.
Yeah.
But they do have potions and other things that they're able to sell.
How long's the race usually last?
Hard to tell. I would say that you can. I mean, you can estimate, right? Like you haven't seen the track, so you can't estimate.
So we haven't been and looked yet.
We've heard
Well,
stories.
we'll have to wait till
We've
Ichi gets
asked
back.
Well, Ichi's doing the surreptitious one.
Mm.
Now that you've signed up, you can at any point before the race go for an official one where
We could just
somebody
go walk
from
the track, couldn't we?
somebody from the city takes you.
Right.
You have to go with them because that's sort of like that's how they're stopping people messing with the track. But you can go and have like an official walkthrough with like a guide that will sort of fly you through rather than walking you through. You can do that at any point before the actual race day. Okay. And then obviously you're free to visit it as Ichi is.
I would honestly like to do it and then just like when Ichi returns. So guys, I've had a look and be like, yeah, so we.
But yes, you're able to make your way through. I'll leave for you can decide if you want to go in and buy potions and other things.
Are we buying just at normal cost, Liam?
Yeah, well, so those the Alchemist Fire is they have Alchemist Fire at 60. So that's obviously again this is just glancing. This is just you gaining information. You don't have to go in today. You can go in, after you've been to the temple or whatever. But you would see sort of looking through the windows. You think that this place has a little bit of a markup, so you would probably assume the same potentially with the protection potions that are 100 gold each.
Can I try to knock them down?
Well, so again, I would say on this, as we're heading, as you're sort of moving through and getting to this point,
I'm happy not to play it out. I'm happy just to roll and just see if I'm successful with it.
I'm fine to play it out. But as you're sort of coming to the store, Volu, another charisma save, please.
Shit.
Our survey says. Oh, dude.
Okay. And that 20 is like, oh, you got a good roll? Here's every terrible roll imaginable. That's a 4.
Yeah, please knock off another 2 spell slots from the lowest level you have available.
Yeah.
Is that all your spells, surely?
I've got.
It's coming close.
Yeah, no.
I'm almost out.
And actually, Dante, as you're heading to go, so you and Eleni have like looked through the window of this, potion store. You.
Out of curiosity, does Volu?
So this is it. So as you're going to the door, Volu like stumbles in the way that isn't like poisoned or drugged or anything like that. It's like tiredness, like. And as you look, there's like heavy bags under his eyes as if he's exerting himself, almost like, how somebody looks like immediately after running for like an hour straight, where they're like almost red cheeked, breathing a little deeper than they should be for the short walk that you've taken.
Liam, can I do a look around? Can I just do a proper?
Can I do? I'm just trying to think. What? My first, I think it would make sense. The first thought process would be go through the poison route, and then so there's not really anything I can do.
I think I'm wondering if it's like poison darts or something at this point. I'm thinking, is somebody actually attacking him?
I'm going to like just go over, just Volu, how do you feel? And he's got to. I'm gonna rest my hand on him.
You want to give me a medicine?
Yeah, again, I'm going to be checking his pulse.
I got a 19 on my perception.
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's people moving around. There's nobody like specifically watching you. There's nobody that seems to be following you.
I don't see
15.
anyone I recognise or the.
No. Anyone that you see sort of nearby is.
I really need to avoid wisdom things, but luckily this was rolled a 16, so 15.
Okay, like almost like coming close to exhaustion. Like you would expect this sort of, you would expect to see this from somebody who has just run a race or fought a fight or, like properly exerted themselves.
Does it look like an illness?
Doesn't, like, literally, if this person was brought to you and you look them over, you would literally just say they look tired, they just need to rest. They need to get some fluids in them, they need to eat some food, and looking at Volu, you would not know that he had eaten a like full meal 30 minutes ago.
Okay, so I'm thinking now, okay, he tried to give me Volu. Can you give me guidance?
I can try. Kind of lean over to you and then cast guidance.
Okay, you attempt to cast guidance and no magic exits your hand. Volu, as you're doing this, can you make me a disadvantaged Arcana? As you are trying to think and ponder this over, but you are knackered.
Dante, I don't like this.
I want to do an Arcana as well, if possible, to be like what does not matter.
I'm actually gonna say to Dante, I think we should get him to the temple. I feel like something's attacking him, and
I don't know what is wrong. Something is.
but maybe they could help.
Sorry, so Volu, that was a 5 on your Arcana, and for Dante?
Yeah.
1.
15, then 5, yeah.
That's
Okay.
1 on my Arcana, so I haven't got a scoop.
Okay, and as you sort of agree and start to, you may be like 3 or 4 streets away from the temple, and you start to move. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna lift. I'll be like, Volu, if you are okay, I wish to carry you.
I mean, I can carry him if you want.
Oh, thank you, Dante. And I kind of like just slip.
And
I'll put him on my shoulder.
Okay.
As they're picking you up, Volu, can you make me another charisma save and then a following constitution save, please?
Fucking hell.
Even on a succeed?
Succeed just changes the DC.
Charisma. Oh, that was a nat. That was originally a nat one.
Is then that one that re-rolled to a 3?
Oh my god! And then a con save.
And then a con save. Please check off another 2 of your lowest level spell slots.
Okay.
Shit.
Constitution was 12.
And as Dante and Eleni move down the street, Dante, you would notice Volu's head fully just slumps forwards as he goes unconscious. And that is where we leave part 1 of this episode. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for playing. If you are enjoying the story so far and want to find out what's going to happen next, catch part 2 tomorrow at 7 p.m. And as always, roll well. Bye. This is the end of part 1. Part 2 airs Sunday 7 p.m. GMT, or will be linked in the top right of your screen now. Thank you for watching, and roll well.